Hi, welcome. I'm Jozay Longden here, and it's Wednesday, the 20th of May. So, welcome to my meditation tonight. And again, thank you for everyone's feedback from last week. And it's really nice to see that, guess what, you guys are getting better at meditating. So, I think that's wonderful. So, remember last week we talked about the wheel of awareness and focusing our attention, purposefully focusing our attention. I think, again, I wanted to spend a little bit more time on that today. So, let's start. And I hope you've got your favorite oil. And today I have chosen rose. And I love rose oil because it helps open up your heart chakra. Helps us to focus on love and kindness, compassion, especially to self. And I think that's so important because so often all of us have such a mean and nasty inner critic. So again, I put some rose oil on my hand, and please put oil on your hand and just inhale. Allowing the smell of the oil to infuse, to travel into your body through your breath and infuse every single cell of your body. Breathing in and just allowing your body to relax. And as you start to breathe into your body, just setting your intention for today's session. And if you can't think of one, just say the word kindness. Let's set the intention of having some kindness for ourselves, being kind to ourselves. And I think today what I'd like to do is I'd just like to read you a story. And I used to read this story a lot when I used to run depression classes at the hospital where I used to work. And this is a story called Two Bad Bricks. So the people who know me and have been to work and been to my classes will know about this story. And this story is a Buddhist monk story, and I'm not a Buddhist. So please don't sort of read too much about, me trying to convert you or anything. So just take what you want from this story. And this is written by a chap called Ajahn Brahm. And we are so lucky in Perth to have Ajahn Brahm in Perth. And he's an Englishman that actually studied physics, I think it was, at Cambridge University. And then he decided to become a monk later in life. And he's really been able to bring Buddhism to Western Australia. I really love him, and I sometimes encourage my clients who might be feeling a little bit lonely, hey, go up to Nolamara Buddhist Temple on a Friday evening, because guess what? You can join the meditation class there. And if you find it hard to meditate, go and sit in the monastery, because there are lots and lots of people there, and the collective meditation of these good meditators, you can go in there with a really busy mind, and the collective meditation will actually bring your mind down and calm you down. So please, if you have a free Friday night, go up to Nolamara Temple and give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to read you a story from this lovely book called Two Bad Bricks by Ajahn Brahm, and I'm so excited, I must show you. I actually went to a retreat of his in Singapore a couple of years ago, and you can see he actually signed this book to me. I feel very pleased about that. So let me just read it, and again, just maybe breathe with your oils. I'm going to inhale a bit more from my oil as well. And just get into a comfortable position and just listen. So here we go. This story is called Two Bad Bricks. So after we purchased the land for our monastery in 1983, we were broke. We were in debt. There were no buildings on the land, not even a shed. And those first few weeks we slept on old doors we had bought cheaply from the salvage yard. We raised them on bricks at each corner to lift them off the ground. There were no mattresses, of course, we were forest monks. And the abbot had the best door, the flat one. My door was ribbed with a sizable hole in the centre where the door handle would have been. I was glad the doorknob had been removed, but that left a hole in the very centre of my door bed. I joked that now I wouldn't need to get out of bed to go to the toilet. The cold truth was, however, that the wind would come up through the hole. I didn't sleep much those nights. We were poor monks who needed buildings. We couldn't afford to employ a builder. The materials were expensive enough. So I had to learn how to build, how to prepare the foundations, lay concrete and bricks, erect the roof, put in the plumbing, the whole lot. I had been a theoretical physicist and high school teacher in lay life, not used to working with my hands. After a few years, I became quite skilled at building, even calling my crew the BBC, the Buddhist Building Company. But when I started, it was very difficult. It may look easy to lay a brick, just a dollop of mortar underneath, a little tap here, a little tap there. And when I began laying bricks, I'd tap one corner down to make it level, and then another corner would go up. So I'd tap that corner down, then the brick would move out of line. After I nudged it back into line, the first corner would be too high again. You try it. But being a monk, I had patience and as much time as I needed. I made sure every single brick was perfect, no matter how long it took. Eventually, I completed my first brick wall and stood back to admire it. It was only then that I noticed, oh no, I'd missed 2 bricks. All the other bricks were nicely in line, but these 2 were inclined at an angle. They looked terrible. They spoilt the whole wall. They ruined it. But by then the cement mortar was too hard for the bricks to be taken out. So I asked the abbot if I could knock the wall down and start over again. Or even better, blow it up. I'd made a mess of it and I was very embarrassed. The abbot said no, the wall had to stay. And when I showed our first visitors around our fledgling monastery, I always tried to avoid taking them past my brick wall. I hated anyone seeing it. Then one day, some 3 or 4 months after it finished, I was walking with a visitor and he saw the wall. "That's a nice wall," he casually remarked. "So," I replied in surprise, "have you left your glasses in your car? Are you visually impaired? Can't you see those 2 bad bricks which spoil the whole wall?" And then what he said next changed my whole view of that wall, of myself, and of many other aspects of life. He said, "Yes, I see those 2 bad bricks, but I can also see the 998 good bricks as well." And I was stunned. For the first time in over 3 months, I could see other bricks in that wall apart from my 2 mistakes. Above, below, to the left and to the right of the bad bricks were good bricks, perfect bricks. Moreover, the perfect bricks were many, many more than the 2 bad bricks. Before, my eyes would focus exclusively on my 2 mistakes. I was blind to everything else. And that was why I couldn't bear looking at that wall or having others see it. That was why I wanted to destroy it. And now that I could see the good bricks, the wall didn't look so bad after all. It was, as the visitor had said, a nice brick wall. It's still there now, many years later, but I've forgotten exactly where those bad bricks are. I literally cannot see those mistakes anymore. So how many people end a relationship or get divorced because all they can see in their partner are 2 bad bricks? How many of us become depressed or even contemplate suicide because all we can see in ourselves are 2 bad bricks? In truth, there are many, many more good bricks, perfect bricks, above, below, to the left and to the right of the faults, but at times we just can't see them. So instead, every time we look, our eyes focus exclusively on the mistakes. The mistakes are all we see, and they are all we think are there. So we want to destroy them. And sometimes, sadly, we do destroy a very nice wall. We've all got our two bad bricks, but the perfect bricks in each one of us are much, much more than the mistakes. And once we see this, things aren't so bad. Not only can we live at peace with ourselves, inclusive of our faults, but we can also enjoy living with a partner. This is bad news for divorce lawyers, but good news for you. I have told this anecdote many times. And after one occasion, a builder came up to me and told me a professional secret. We builders always make mistakes, he said, but we tell our clients that it is an original feature, with no other house in the neighborhood like it. And then we charge them a couple of $1,000s extra. So the unique features in your house probably started out as mistakes. In the same way, what you might take to be mistakes in yourself, in your partner, or in life in general, can become unique features enriching your time here once you have stopped focusing on them exclusively. So I hope you enjoyed this story, and I guess I don't even need to explain the meaning behind it or what, because I know you'll understand what I'm trying to say. So it really is, how often, if we're able to focus our attention on the good things, we're creating a much better internal environment. And believe me, when we focus on good things, guess what? We don't feel depressed. If we're able to shine that flashlight of attention, shine our awareness onto the good parts on that hub, on that wheel of awareness, we're actually going to feel better. So what we need to do, and this is the importance of meditation, every single day we need to focus on the good things. And remember what Rick Hansen says. He says that, and I think I might have mentioned this in an earlier talk, we've all evolved from anxious cavemen. We're always looking out for things, looking out for the bad things to keep us safe, because all the non-anxious, relaxed, happy cavemen have all been eaten by the saber-toothed tiger. So here's the thing. Because our brains have a natural negativity bias, bad things, negative things stick to our brain like Velcro, whereas all the good positive stuffs just slide off our brains like Teflon. We actually have to have three good thoughts, or focusing on three good things to outweigh the one bad thing. So we all really have to work really hard at this. Okay, so again, your homework for this week is going to be focusing our attention on our good bricks. And we have 998 good bricks. So I hope you enjoyed that story. And now I thought I would just do a very simple, short breathing meditation. So again, get into your meditation posture. And it's preferable to do this meditation lying down. But if this isn't comfortable, you can choose to do the meditation in a sitting posture and adapt my instructions accordingly. But the most important thing is to be as comfortable as possible. And again, use your oil. I'm just really enjoying my rose. Put some on. And inhale. And just take a moment to settle into your body. And if you're lying down, rest your head on a pillow or something similar. And your legs can be long on the floor with the feet gently falling outwards. And in this position, it can be helpful to place some cushions under your knees, particularly if you have any lower back problems. Alternatively, you can bend your knees and have your feet flat on the floor, about hip width apart in the semi-supine position, so your knees are pointing up to the ceiling. And place your hands lightly on your tummy and allow your shoulders to fall gently back towards the floor or the surface that you are lying on. And just have a sense of resting here. There is nowhere you have to be right now, nothing you have to do. This is time out, time for yourself. Allowing your body to sink slowly into the floor or the surface on which it is lying. Notice all the points of contact between your body and this surface. Allowing your head to be heavy on the pillow or cushion, and feeling your back and legs and feet. Now bring your attention to your breathing and see if you can feel the movement of your breath beneath your hands. The sense of swelling on the in-breath and subsiding on the out-breath. Without forcing or changing your breath in any way, just allowing the air to flow very naturally in and out of your body. Allowing your breath to be just the way it is right now. And feeling the sense of swelling and subsiding beneath your hands. Perhaps you can also have a sense of your lungs filling with air and then emptying. A sense of your ribs expanding on the in-breath and retracting on the out-breath. And just see if you can feel this movement in the whole of the front of your torso without straining. Just simply resting in the natural rhythm of your own breathing. And now allow your awareness to spread into your back, your upper, middle, and lower back. Feel the way your back is resting against the floor or the surface it's lying on, following its natural curves. And see if you can feel the movement of your breath in your back. Your ribs expanding on the in-breath and releasing on the out-breath. allowing your body to be very gently massaged and soothed by this movement of your breath. And guiding your awareness now up to your throat and neck, allowing your muscles to release in length and width and openness. Feeling your head heavy on the pillow and your face soft, relaxing your jaw and tongue and noticing any tension you might have in your jaw. And if there's any tension there, just even silently saying to your jaw, relax. Feel your cheeks and forehead as soft and smooth. And allow your eyes to rest gently back in their sockets. Slide your awareness down now to your shoulders and allow them to drop back towards the floor or the surface you're lying on. And allow your arms to fall gently away from the shoulders. Glide your awareness into your upper arms, elbows, lower arms, hands and fingers. Just noticing whatever sensations are present in this moment. And see if you can have a sense of the shape of your fingers and allow them to be soft and still. Feeling again your breath beneath your hands, the swelling on the in-breath and the subsiding on the out-breath. Now guiding your awareness into your hips and allowing your legs to gently fall away from your hips. Taking your awareness into your thighs, knees, lower legs and feet. Just noticing whatever sensations are present right now. Feeling the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet and your toes. Now broadening your awareness out to inhabit your whole body altogether. Legs, torso, arms, neck and head. And perhaps you can have a sense of floating on the wave of your breath, being very gently rocked and soothed by your own breathing. Resting and releasing and rocking very gently on the wave of your breath, I will be silent for 3 minutes to allow you to practice this on your own. This idea of resting, releasing and rocking very gently on the wave of your breath. And slowly starting to bring this meditation to a close, becoming aware of the sounds you can hear outside the room you're in and inside the room. I'd like you to intentionally take 2 deep breaths. Perhaps gently wriggling your fingers and toes. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back to the room, come back to the class. So that was a shorter meditation than the last two that I'd done, but I think it worked well for today's class. So I hope you enjoyed it. That meditation was called Breathing Body. So it's just that concept of just allowing your body to breathe and again focusing our attention on our body. And it's quite interesting because where breath goes, attention goes. So if we breathe and focus on parts of our body, our attention will go there. And guess what? We'll learn a whole lot of really interesting things about our internal world. And then once we know what's going on, we can actually make choices to do things differently. Anyway, I hope you have a good evening, and I look forward to seeing you next week.